Tom Racine at the San Diego Comics Fest. I'm here with Jackie Estrada, who is involved with the original start of the Comic-Con back in the 70s, and is currently in charge of the Eisner Awards. Is that what you're doing?
That's correct, yeah.
So, very important person. So, obviously, the Comic-Con has grown from 1972 on to now, and you guys started the San Diego Comics Fest. What was the real impetus behind starting this?
Well, I wasn't involved in starting this. I am guest of honor at this. So first I heard of it was getting a email from Mike Towery saying, we're doing this thing and we'd like you to be our guest of honor. I said, I've never been a guest at anything, so I'm not going to say no.
Well, you're the perfect choice. I mean, come on.
So, but, you know, opportunity to go down memory lane and see people that I haven't seen for a lot of years and just talk about the olden days, but still, you know, talk about today's comics. For instance, the first program I was on Friday was about top 10 graphic novels. So it's a mix of the old and the new.
How has, I mean, obviously in size and scope, but how different is it from those days back then to now? I mean, it's like a whole world of difference. Could you guys ever imagine it was going to get this big?
Well, it's funny because I was reading through some old program books, and in the 1975 program book, the Vice President Richard Butner wrote, yeah, we're not that little convention we were in 1970. We're just so big now, and people, you know, complain about the bigness, but, you know, that's just a mark of our success. And then I read the President's message in the 1999 souvenir book, saying, you know, in 1991 we moved to the new convention center downtown, and little did we know that we would soon be taking over the whole thing, and now it's the giant thing it is today. So it's like every, you know, few years you think, whoa, it's just gotten so big and it's not so intimate anymore. You know, that's just a victim of your success. But to me, Comic-Con is what you make it. So it's like if you go to Disneyland, you don't say, I'm going to go to every ride and eat in every restaurant and go to every show and stuff. You pick and choose what those things are going to, what experience you want. And that's the same thing that happens with the con now. So. And
the advantage of something like this is that it's sort of the opposite of that, where you can very easily see everything and actually talk to the artists. It's very, very intimate. Are you getting flashbacks here to the old days? I mean, how do you like the feel of this?
Oh, it's a wonderful feel to, you know, it's in science fiction terms, they call it a relaxicon. So it is one where you can just have conversations with people. You know, oftentimes at Comic-Con San Diego, it's, hi, how are you? Bye. And, you know, and that's the only time you see somebody over 5 days. So here it's, oh, well, I've been doing this and this and this, and how, you know, and, oh, you have 3 kids now. Let me see their pictures. Oh, that's your grandchildren. Oh, okay.
You're in charge of the Eisners. What's that like every year? Is that getting bigger and bigger? I mean, the award ceremony gets larger and larger every year. What's coming up in 2013? Anything we should know about the Eisners?
Well, the biggest change we've made in the last 2 years is that I've gotten somebody now who is in charge of the production end of the ceremony itself and a stage manager, and they've taken on a lot of the things that I was just stretched too thin trying to do all the aspects of it. And these are professionals who do award ceremonies, and they time everything. We've come up with ways to streamline it. And for instance, we had an MC for years and years and years. Last year, for the first time, we didn't have an MC. We had what they call Voice of God, which is just an announcer bringing people on the stage. And just with that and a few other things, something that always ran over 3 hours was 2 hours and 23 minutes. So I think people appreciated that. And then we always try to have a good mix of presenters that are, you know, celebrities and people who are nominated and special guests of the con. You know, last year we had George R.R. Martin and Robert Kirkman, who are, you know, creators everybody admires, but they're also big media celebrities now because of doing Walking Dead and Game of Thrones. So,
well, I'm very excited to meet you. I know that you've been around here for a long, long time, and I hope that you have an excellent con. So
thank you.